And it was almost a bit of a perfect remedy for, we didn't care for our last game. It's more the style, it's not the result. And then the first period is about stylistically as close to the game that we want to play as much as we can, and then you're still at zeros and then you're at twos. So they needed something positive. We needed a power play to do that, finish the game the way they did. And then we need everybody on the bench to watch the style of game, and they did, and that's the game we're trying to play.
In terms of needing something positive, how nice is it that it was the power play that was able to give you guys?
Yeah, I mean, that was all of it, right? Our goaltending's been really solid for us this year, and defensively our numbers are fantastic, but I think we got into a stretch, and it started in the Pittsburgh game here at home, and where you could see the guys feeling it that they weren't scoring, and our game changed. And that happens. So the ability then to quickly, and it actually was a fairly short period of time because we played fairly solid in Edmonton, but to quickly come back and then have all of the pieces get in line. The defensive part of our game was real solid, the power play. We don't even talk about our penalty kill anymore, and we used to celebrate nights that they were, perfect, but our penalty kill, especially the extended in zone one that we had, all the pieces were good. They all worked hard, so they all get to enjoy their break.
Ryan Lomberg mentioned how the emotion was when they see these familiar faces
Yeah.
and the logo during the video. I mean, does that kind of help just reinforce the style of game they want to see because you kind of remember what it took to get there?
Yeah, I think both teams, right, get the other team's best for the most part, right? We're in the Eastern Conference, we do. Now it's changed, right? The style of games that teams will play hard against us because they have a different way of looking at our team, and these guys they beat us. So they get the other team's best. They got our best tonight. We were pretty good.
We saw last year before the All-Star break. Do wins before breaks mean a little bit more, do you think, for the guys?
Oh, they do for the coaches. I think the guys have shorter memories. We hang on to them for a few days. But yeah, right? There was a huge game against Boston before that big break. But now we get to feel good about where we are at Christmas, and that if it was Vegas does matter to us, right? So, we couldn't win the cup, couldn't lose the cup tonight. We could win the game that we were playing, and we did as well as we could have.
You mentioned getting the 2 power play goals in third.
Yeah.
To be able to get the 2 goals after Vegas went up 1-0.
Yeah.
Shot to be able to try to get things back.
It's kind of a continuation of what we've been dealing with here. Like, we had some good chances. Not Verhage down the middle is going to be a really good chance. A couple backdoor that we thought were really good. But you shouldn't be too upset down one if we just like the way we're playing. Just keep doing it. And when you play a really good team, 5-on-5 might saw off even when you're playing well. So the power play, special teams and goaltending usually are the difference in those games.
You think Sergei is starting to become kind of an expert at these games where he doesn't face much at all and then gets turned up a notch?
Well, we'd like to make him one, but that's a really hard thing to do. What he did tonight is a veteran goalie's wheelhouse because sitting that long, and then the quality of the shooters doesn't change on the other team. They're just not getting a lot. You know they're going to get some. Power play in the third, especially the glove, and then a couple other big saves. Just that's a really hard thing to do that will be underappreciated because when the other team gets the number of shots they do, you don't talk about your goaltender. But he was really good as well.
And what happened with Ryan Lomberg and Kolesar there in the second period, where it's just a quick fight, but really jazzed up the bench. And
I think Ryan. More importantly for Ryan Lomberg, his game, I think of the last 3 is trending a little bit. I think we have had a little bit of a challenge in some ways finding some chemistry on that fourth line. They're all individually good players, but how the pieces fit, I think that Lockwood has kind of come in and added some speed, so now Ryan's in on the forecheck more, got a real good face-off man, and he can make some plays out of the middle. You get your engine going a little bit, and now you're in the game. And those things will happen for Ryan when he's wired and he's into the game. But I'm happy that I think there's something there with that line.
Just from a coaching standpoint, when you see something like that, what Ryan did and how it gets everybody fired up,
I don't have a problem with it, as long as we win. But there's a grace and pick the right word. No, I can't pick that word. That's what is special about hockey. It's the violence in an appropriate way. Is the violence, the potential violence, and the grace and beauty of the game max to 1, right? The passing and the play, but the hitting, so it's a violent collision. I'm not talking about a fight, but the hit, and that's what makes hockey different in so many ways. That there's still a lot of ballet out there, and then it's a bare knuckles fight at sometimes too. Happy holidays to all you. Hope you enjoy your family.